Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on ang oras mo ito mapapanood. So, we're here at our last topic sa finals, no? It's Krebs cycle. So, sige, diretsuhin na natin, no? Your Krebs cycle, it says here that it's also known as your tricarboxylic acid cycle or your citric acid cycle. Alright, so it's developed by Sir Hans Adolf Krebs, kaya nga siya tinatawag ng Krebs cycle. And location naman natin ngayon is your mitochondrial matrix. Ibig sabihin sa loob ng mitochondria. Sabi yan, your Krebs cycle is a series of redox reactions. Reactions pathway is cyclic because it regenerates the intermediate of the pathway, which is your oxaloacetate or your OAA. Alright, so sige, let's just have a quick review of what is glycolysis, diba? Before Krebs cycle happens, we have glycolysis. Kung saan, sabi yan, sa glycolysis natin, in our previous discussion, diba? Anong ginagamit natin dito? It's your glucose, right? Your glucose is 6-carbon substrate for glycolysis. Kung saan, this glucose is being transported with the use of different glucose transporters. No, we have glucose transporters 1, your GLUT1, 2, 3, 4, and yun, each GLUT is specific for certain types of tissues lang. No, and kung babalikan natin yun, the net product, net products, and say net, no, kung ilan ba talaga. Now, net product of glycolysis, right? So, yung isang molecule of glucose will yield 2 pyruvate molecules, right? So, we have 2 pyruvate molecules. Then, as glycolysis happens, no, we will actually have to convert 2-NAD into 2-NADH, no? We will rip off their hydrides from a certain substrate, then another one would be 2-ADP rather, to 2-ADP. So for net products of glycolysis, we have your 2 molecules of pyruvate, 2 molecules of NADH, and 2 molecules of your ADP. Alright, kasi nga after ng step 5, no, magiging dalawa yung G3P, in which each G3P will undergo or will continue to become your pyruvate molecules. Alright, so alam natin that the end product of glycolysis is not ATP, it's your pyruvate, diba? And this pyruvate, hindi naman yan yung papasok sa ating or gagamitin sa ating Krebs cycle, diba? Hindi yan. Now, this pyruvate has 2 fates, right? Nakadepende kung present or absent ang inyong oxygen. Okay. Yan. Go. Let's say if oxygen is present, no, like in aerobic conditions, no, our pyruvate can enter the mitochondria where it can actually undergo your transition step. Okay, ano yung transition step natin? Okay, it's in your PDHC. That's your transition step, your pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. Kung saan, this pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, when I say complex, okay, meron siyang mga subunits, no? Tinawag natin siya ng complex kasi this PDHC or your pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. Alright? Bakit siya naging complex? It's because this PDH is composed of 3 enzymes. Okay? So, we don't have to discuss that now. So, as long as alam na natin ano yung mga tawag natin sa mga tatlong subunits na yan. We have enzyme 1 or E1, E2, and your E3. Alright? So, after E3, syempre, your pyruvate, alright, will be converted into what? Acetyl-CoA. Alright? Acetyl-coenzyme E. If you want to, tawag dito, to know, no, kung anong mga enzymes ang, ano ba yan? Ang ingay naman. kung anong mga enzymes ang meron sa PDHC, and I can actually provide you naman. You can just chat me. Pero for the sake of our discussion, hindi ko na yung i-discuss and hindi ko rin naman siya sinama sa exam. Okay, it's nice to know that the PDHC contains three enzymes, no? Kaya siya complex. Alright, so yun. No? So, kapag hindi present ang oxygen, anong nangyayari? Diba? During anaerobic, this is your aerobic, this is your anaerobic. Okay, diba kapag anaerobic, yung mga excess hydrate ng mga NADH natin, right, nade-deposit siya sa pyruvate. Alright, so anong nangyayari? Your pyruvate will be converted into what? Into lactate or lactic acid. Okay? Which is aided by your, sinong enzyme? Sinong enzyme yun ulit? It's your LDH or LD, lactate dehydrogenase. Okay, dehydrogenase. Right. So, yan, I guess okay naman na, no? Naaalala pa yan. Oo, dapat lang, right? Ayan. Sige, start na tayo para mabilis. Now, we have here the steps in your Krebs cycle. No? So, we have 8 steps. No? And medyo mas complex siya compared sa ating glycolysis because some steps or some enzymes that is being involved in certain steps requires regulators. So, pwede silang mag-increase or mag-decrease ng activity depende kung anong present doon. Right, so let's start with your step 1. Sabi dyan, synthesis of your citrate from your acetyl coenzyme A or your oxaloacetate. Okay, so, wait. Take a look, ha? Sabi dyan, it is cyclic kasi nga, it regenerates what? The intermediate of the pathway, oxaloacetate. It's because, in the first step, this is your first step in your Krebs cycle. Ang ingay ng manok, sorry guys. Diba? Ito yung inyong glucose to acetyl-CoA, which is glucose to pyruvate, which is your glycolysis process. Then, pyruvate to acetyl-CoA, it's your transition step, aided by your PDHC. Alright? So, yan, we have acetyl-CoA. The first step kasi sa ating Krebs cycle is the conversion of your acetyl-CoA, right, along with your oxaloacetate to become citrate. That's your first step. Okay, pagsasamahan natin yung acetyl-CoA and oxaloacetate. Okay, that's your first step. And, sige, mamaya na lang. Alright, let's start with our first step. Diyan. Okay, so it says here that your synthesis of citrate from acetyl-CoA or your oxaloacetate, sorry. Synthesis of citrate from acetyl-CoA and oxaloacetate. That's the first step. Okay, so sabi dyan, it involves a fusion of the acetyl-CoA from the transition step and oxaloacetate forming your citrate. And take note, your oxaloacetate is a 4-carbon molecule while acetyl-CoA contains 2 carbon molecules. So, ibig sabihin, the end product would have 6 carbon molecules and that 6 carbon molecule here is your citrate. Yun yung pagsasamahin natin to form citrate. Okay, yung dalawa, yung OAA and your acetyl-CoA, pagsasamahin natin to become citrate. OAA contains 4 carbons, acetyl-CoA contains 2 carbons, while that's why our product, no, the citrate will contain 6 carbon. And take note, this reaction is irreversible. Okay, which is, anong enzyme natin dito? It's your citrate synthase. Alright, take note of that enzyme here. We have citrate synthase. Okay, so, ulitin lang natin, no? Ulit-ulit lang tayo. So, we have here your acetyl-CoA, no? As an end product of the transition step, no? From glycolysis and transition step, which now yield your product acetyl-CoA, a 2-carbon molecule. Then, along with acetyl-CoA, our enzyme citrate synthase will combine that acetyl-CoA to what? OAA. To convert or to generate citrate. Alright, so our enzyme here, no? Our enzyme here is your citrate synthase, the one that combines your acetyl-CoA with your oxaloacetate. Alright, so hindi ko alam if sige, anyway, yan. So what makes it complex here is that meron tayong mga factors that can actually affect our enzyme here, which is your citrate synthase. So the factors can actually either stimulate or inhibit the enzyme. So let's first discuss the one that stimulates here. So sabi dyan, it's your ADP, right? So habang dumadami daw yung ADP, right, tumataas yung activity ng ating citrate synthase. Bakit? Alright. Saan ba galing ang ADP? Diba? Kailan yan na-release? It's because na-release yan kapag tumataas ang ADP kapag mababa ang ATP. Ha? Ba't yan, sir? Then, take note. Habang nagbe-breakdown tayo ng ATP, ng energy, diba? Bine-breakdown natin yan. Ano yung end product ng mga yan? Diba? It's your ADP and your inorganic phosphate. Ibig sabihin, while we are trying to break down, or depleting the energy sources in the form of ATP, ay tumataas yung ADP kasi nga nabe-breakdown yung ATP. Ang end product ng ATP natin is ATP plus phosphate. So habang yan. So habang bumababa yung ATP levels, it's because pinibreakdown natin sila. Tumataas naman ang inyong ADP and your inorganic phosphate. So let's just focus here sa ADP, no? So ibig sabihin pala niyan, habang tumataas, sir, paano mo sinabing stimulator niyan? Stimulator sa ADP. It's because alam natin na habang tumataas sa ADP, ibig sabihin niyan, madaming ATP ang nabe-breakdown kaya bumababa ang levels ng ATP. And kung mababa ang ATP levels, ibig sabihin niyan, mababa ang energy supply, di ba? And that's why matitrigger ang Krebs cycle, ang activity ng ating Krebs cycle. Kasi nga, mababa ng energy supply. Ano bang purpose ng Krebs cycle? To generate energy. That's why, since mababa ng energy levels, pwede na, or natitrigger na ang activity ng Krebs cycle natin. Alright? Which allows now, or which actually stimulate or triggers the activity of our citrate synthase. The one of the many enzymes involved in Krebs cycle. So, yun. Now, for inhibitors naman tayo, ano yung mga nag-i-inhibit? Right? So first, we have your adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate, your ATP. Ibig sabihin yan, kapag mataas daw sa ATP, pwede niyang i-inhibit si citrate synthase, which makes sense. Kasi nga, mataas na ang ATP levels. Ibig sabihin yan, mataas na ang energy supply mo sa katawan. Alright? And kung mataas ang energy supply, kailangan, okay, cool down muna si Krebs cycle. Hindi mo kailangan mag-generate ng madami kasi madami ka ng energy supply. Okay? Now, other than that, we have NADH. Right? So, paano nakaka-affect si NADH? Si NADH, pwede siyang maka-affect. It's because, kapag mataas si NADH, alright, mataas si NADH, ibig sabihin niyan, mataas din si ATP. Ha? Bakit, sir? Take note, di ba? Normally, on aerobic conditions, your NADH, the excess hydrides in NADH will be transferred in the mitochondria, will be transported into electron transport chain, okay, generating now ATP, okay, para ma-convert siya into ATP. Kaya nga, since mataas ang ATP, same ration na dito. Mataas ang ATP, ibig sabihin niya mataas ang energy levels and hindi kailangan mag-proceed ng Krebs cycle kasi mataas ang energy supply. Okay, other than that, you have citrate. Alright, take note, common sense, di ba? Ano bang end product natin sa step 1? Citrate. Ibig sabihin, pag mataas na yung product mo, alright, yung enzyme, pwede mo nang mag-cool down. Cool down ka muna. Alright? Cool down muna. So, madami ka ng product na nagawa. Alright? The next, we have another end product, which is not in your step 1, but in your succeeding steps, is your succinyl coenzyme A. So, you can see it here. No, it's one of the major end products in certain step of our Krebs cycle. Okay, so ibig din sabihin niyan, mataas ang succinyl coenzyme A, di ba? So lahat ng mga product naman dito is involved sa ATP generation. So ibig sabihin niyan, mataas ang succinyl coenzyme A, mataas ang ATP levels. Okay? Ibig sabihin mataas ang ATP levels, mataas ang energy supply mo. And you don't have to actually continue or to trigger the Krebs cycle. Ibig sabihin, pwede mo na mag-cool down yung ating Krebs cycle. Chill ka muna dyan. Alright, so we're done with the first step. No? Sorry guys, if masyadong mabilis, no, you can just replay this video if you want to, kahit 10 beses pa yan. right? Now, take note, no? You can actually have a mnemonics here para mas madali ang buhay natin. So, ano yung first product natin sa glycolysis? Sa Krebs cycle, rather, we have citrate. So, for mnemonics, okay, we can use citrate. Ito ay magsulat. Hello guys, pasok ko na ng tablet ko. Ayaw magsulat. Yan, clear page. Yan. Can actually use citrate is ilang loading ako. Krebs starting substrate for making oxaloacetate. Okay, take note of the mnemonics in which notice the first letters or even the words itself, can be the actual end product. So we have here the first end product in our Krebs cycle is citrate. No, ano yung I dyan sa is, sir? It stands for your isocitrate. The K in your Krebs stands for the alpha. Pangit ng alpha na yan. Alpha ketoglutarate. Then S for starting stands for your succinyl coenzyme A. Then S for another S for the substrate stands for your succinate. Then the F in your word for stands for fumarate. Then M in your making stands for malate. Then oxaloacetate as it is. Now, so the first product is your citrate, followed by isocitrate, followed by alpha ketoglutarate, followed by succinyl coenzyme A, succinate, fumarate, and malate. Tama ba? Yes. Citrate, isocitrate, alpha ketoglutarate, succinyl CoA, succinate, fumarate, malate. Then oxaloacetate. Okay, now, kaya natin sinabi kanina na cyclic ang Krebs cycle. It's because the product itself, the process itself regenerates the substrate for the first step, which is your oxaloacetate. Alright? Kaya sa cyclic, it regenerates the substrate for the first step, which is your oxaloacetate. Right? Then the oxaloacetate will again bind to another molecule of your pyruvate. Okay? Take note, dalawang beses magra-run in each glucose molecule. Okay, in each glucose molecule, dalawang beses mag-run ang Krebs cycle. Bakit, sir? It's because each glucose will yield rather, 2 pyruvate molecules. Okay, 2 pyruvate molecules. Then the 2 pyruvate molecules will actually be converted into acetyl-CoA. Okay, kaya mayroon tayong dalawang acetyl-CoA. So each glucose molecule will undergo the Krebs cycle twice. Kasi yung each glucose molecule will be converted into 2 pyruvate. And given in aerobic conditions, now that those 2 pyruvate molecules will be converted into acetyl coenzyme. Okay, alright. So take note of that mnemonics na lang, para mabilis tayo. So we already know the end products of each step of your glycolysis process. Okay. So yeah, I hope that helps. Now, we have step 2, right? Your step 2 involves your isomerization of citrate. Okay, sir? Okay. So, mag-aabang ako dito, sir, ng isomerase enzyme, no? Ng my name. Okay. Hindi, in this case, kasi may particular name yung ating isomerase enzyme. Alright? Unlike sa ating glycolysis. So, it says there, say isomerization, diba? There's a rearrangement of the molecules, no? They have the same structure, not structure. They have the same components. Pero the arrangement of those components, okay, in terms of arrangements of those components, magkaiba sila. Kaya nga, yung end product nila is magkaiba din. Okay, so step 2 is a reversible isomerization. Right? Take note of the word reversible. Irreversible yung first step, reversible yung step 2. Isomerization of your citrate to isocitrate. Okay? Then we have, it's catalyzed by the enzyme aconitase. Alright, so what's with it? No, so your step 2 will be actually convert your citrate into isocitrate by the process of isomerization. Anong enzyme natin? Aconitase. And take note, just want you to know, it's nice to know actually, pati sa Hema 2, I guess, third year nyo. Malaman nyo rin naman to. Right, we have here a so-called fluoroacetate, no? Fluoroacetate, which is a 2-carbon chain with a fluorine molecule attached to it. When say acetate, it's a fancy word for 2-carbon molecule. Okay, so when we say fluoroacetate, okay, ibig sabihin yan, it's a 2-carbon molecule which contains fluorine. Alright? Ano bang meron dyan, sir? Yung fluoroacetate kasi is can be found in your rat poison. Okay, anong ginagawa ng fluoroacetate na yan, sir? It converts now your acetyl-CoA, no, into fluoroacetyl-CoA, no, then yielding now, no, kapag nag-bind yan sa ating first step, right, nag-bind siya dyan, so meron kang fluoroacetyl-CoA citrate synthase, okay, then leading now to the fluorine molecule attached to this citrate. Now, this particular molecule here can actually inhibit the enzyme that converts your citrate to isocitrate, which is your aconitase, diba? The one that converts citrate to isocitrate is your aconitase. Now, this fluorine molecule attached, no, this fluoroacetyl-CoA, right, in particular, no, this is the main molecule of that citrate that can actually inhibit your aconitase. Okay, so ano naman ngayon, sir, if inhibited sa aconitase? Siyempre, your citrate will remain as citrate, no? They will not be converted into isocitrate, and Krebs cycle will not continue. What happens if Krebs cycle will not continue? Siyempre, walang ATP. Okay? Depleted ka ng ATP. That's why manghihina or any other instances, no? Even death. Kasi nga titigil yung maubos ka ng source ng ATP, which is very necessary for our cells to undergo cellular metabolism processes. No? Alright, so that's just nice to know. So lalabas pa yun sa exam. Yes, lalabas siya. Okay, so ulitin natin. The step 2. Okay, step 2 naman, di ba ang step 1 natin kanina involves the linking of your acetyl-CoA with oxaloacetate to yield citrate. Okay, to yield citrate. Now, the step 2 is the conversion of your citrate to isocitrate. Alright, so ano yung first natin na enzyme sa first step? Okay, this is your citrate synthase. Then your citrate to isocitrate involves what enzyme? Aconitase. Irreversible. Alright, irreversible. Alright, so we're done with your step 2. No? So, binibilasan mo ata masyado. Hindi naman. Okay? So, sir, may regulator ba yan? As far as my reference said, wala. No? Wala tayong regulator for our aconitase enzyme. Pero of course, anong magandang inhibitor dyan? It's the isocitrate. Kasi yun yung end product ng step 2. So, kapag mataas si isocitrate or even mataas si ATP, yun yung mga inhibitor natin. No? Okay, so we have step 3. Step 3 involves the oxidation. Okay, when say oxidation, I want you to take note. Okay, bear in mind, kapag nakakabasa ka ng oxidation, it's conversion of your NAD to NADH. Alright, NAD to NADH. And when we say decarboxylation, di ba, magtatanggal ka ng carbon molecule. Tatanggal tayo ng isang carbon molecule. And in this case, every time we try to decarboxylate a certain product in your Krebs cycle, okay, that carbon will be released or will be removed in the form of your carbon dioxide. Okay, clear tayo doon. Okay, ulitin natin. Oxidation, pag nababasa natin yung oxidation, NAD to NADH. Unless, pero meron tayong exception mamaya. Okay, in certain step, which is FAD to FADH siya. Okay, then we have, when say decarboxylation, tatanggal tayo ng carbon molecule in the form of what? Carbon dioxide. Alright, so sabi dyan, step 3 involves the irreversible oxidative decarboxylation of isocitrate to alpha ketoglutarate. It's the end product of your step 3. Then we have isocitrate, diba? Siyempre, your citrate, which is a substrate to create isocitrate, contains 6 carbon molecules. Pagdating natin sa alpha ketoglutarate, magiging 5 carbon molecule na siya. Okay, isocitrate has 6 carbons, while your alpha ketoglutarate contains 5 carbons. Bakit? Kasi nag-decarboxylate tayo. In what form siya na-release? In form of your carbon dioxide. Okay, so catalyzed by your isocitrate dehydrogenase yields the first NADH and the first CO2 of your Krebs cycle. Alright, so sabi dyan, okay, ganito. Right, this step 3 involves the conversion of your isocitrate to what? Alpha ketoglutarate. By what enzyme? Anong enzyme to? Okay. Okay, very good. Diba? It's your isocitrate dehydrogenase. Isocitrate dehydrogenase. Okay, ayaw kong kompletuhin yan ha. Now, diba? In this process kasi magkakaroon tayo ng oxidation. Right? Which now converts your NAD to NADH. Right? Then this NADH, the excess hydride of this NADH will enter now what? Electron transport chain to be converted into ATP. Right? Now, then, in this process, magtatanggal din tayo ng carbon molecule, di ba? And say ito, di ba? We have 6 carbon atoms here sa, citrate, sorry. So, may citrate, di ba? Citrate has 6 carbon atoms, acetyl-CoA has 2 carbon atoms, oxaloacetate has 4. No, leading to the formation, no, since the first step involves the linking of your oxaloacetate with acetyl-CoA, it will lead to a product which contains 6 carbon atoms. Now, since your citrate is a substrate to create isocitrate, no, and in this case, nag-isomerization process lang siya. Ibig sabihin yan, meron pa rin, same pa rin sila ng composition. Nagkaiba-iba lang yung arrangement. So, ibig sabihin, ang isocitrate, which will also contain 6 carbon atoms. In this case, isocitrate to alpha ketoglutarate, mag-undergo tayo ng oxidation. Kaya nga, meron tayong makakonvert ng NAD to NADH. Right? And that excess hydride in your NADH will undergo electron transport chain para makagenerate ng ATP. Okay? And in this, other than oxidation, magkakaroon tayo ng decarboxylation. Okay? Na kung saan magtatanggal tayo ng carbon molecule. So, at the end of this process, from 6 carbon atoms of your isocitrate, kapag naging alpha ketoglutarate siya, maging 5 carbon atom na siya. Ang tanong, anong form ng carbon? Okay, paano natin na-i-release or natanggal yung carbon atom na yun? Anong form niya? It's your carbon dioxide. You can see it there. Okay, so magkakapag-release tayo ng NADH and carbon dioxide. So, di ba maging ATP yan? Hindi yan part ng Krebs cycle. Okay? Sa electron transport chain yan. So, kung ang focus lang natin ay Krebs cycle, right? So, ang decarboxylation and oxidation lang talaga. So, ang ibig sabihin yan, ang ma-release lang nating product is NADH and your carbon dioxide. Okay? I hope that's clear. Alright? So, if you have questions, you can just chat sa GC, guys. Wag sa DMs, no? Minsan, pumapasok siya sa message request, hindi ko rin nare-replyan. Okay. You know me, no? Very active ako sa Facebook. Ang dami kong pinag-share ng mga kung ano-anong mga bagay. Depende sa mood. Okay. So, now, what makes it complex here in your step 3? Meron siyang regulation. Right? May mga regulators siya which can actually either but ganito yung process ko, which can actually either stimulate or inhibit your enzyme, which is your isocitrate dehydrogenase, no? So let's first discuss the stimulators. It's the same, no? Adenosine diphosphate. Okay? Ibig sabihin yan, madami tayong nabibreakdown na ATP. Kaya tumataas yung ating adenosine diphosphate. And ibig sabihin, kapag mababang ATP, mababang energy source, kailangang matrigger si Krebs cycle to generate ATP. Alright? Energy. Now, bago to sir, calcium. Okay, your calcium, guys, along with your ATP, are the one needed for our muscles to contract. Okay? Now, these calciums and ATPs, generally, they are needed to detach the structure myosin and from actin, no, in order for our muscles to contract, no, during cross-bridge formation. I don't know if medyo familiar pa sa anatomy on that part, pero yeah, anyway, let's not discuss anatomy and physiology here. Generally, kailangan yan, okay, your calcium, your ATP, alright, kailangan yung mga yan in order for our muscles to contract. So generally, okay, pag your calcium, other than being a substrate for muscle contraction, your calcium kasi, okay, your calcium stimulates the enzyme, which is in this case your isocitrate dehydrogenase, diba? Your isocitrate dehydrogenase. Your calcium stimulates this enzyme. So, anong mangyayari? Habang tumataas si calcium, diba? Tumataas din ito kasi nai-stimulate niya. Right? And habang tumataas yung ating habang tumataas yung ating enzyme, ang nangyayari, pwede ring tumaas ang NADH. Na kung saan yung excess hydrides ni NADH, dadalhin niya with the process of electron transport chain to be converted into ATP. So, ang galing ng NADH is because this enzyme is a dehydrogenase enzyme. Ibig sabihin yan, meron tayong oxidation. And kapag sinabi natin oxidation, mag-e-expect tayo ng conversion ng NAD to NADH. And that NADH, excess hydride, will undergo electron transport chain, converting it to ATP. Okay, so other than simulators, no, we have, sorry guys kung medyo complex, pagtiisan nyo na, last topic na, no, makakalaya ka din. Okay lang yan. Lalaya ka din sa biochem. Okay, so we have, di ko alam kung ba't nawala, no? Allosteric inhibitor naman tayo. Okay, ano yung inhibitor natin dito? Same lang, ang ATP. No? Mataas ang ATP, ibig sabihin yan, mataas ang energy source. And kung mataas ng energy source, madami ka ng energy. Alright, kailangan mo nang mag-cool down ni Krebs cycle. Okay, or citric acid cycle, or tricarboxylic acid cycle, or Krebs cycle. Okay, parehas lang yan. Okay, so, yeah, we're done with your step 3. Alright, so, punta tayo sa step 4. Guys, if masyadong mabilis, try nyo mo nang ulit-ulitin, no? Wait lang guys, kasi magpa-5 na, tas you might, for sure makakarinig kayo ng bell mamaya. Huwag kayo matakot, no? Malapit kasi yung bahay sa church. Anyway, step 4. Okay? Step 4, oxidative decarboxylation of your alpha-ketoglutarate. Okay, so we have step 4 now. Ibig sabihin, now, ano namang mangyayari, sir? Alright? Ano namang mangyayari dito? Oxidative. So, mayroon namang oxidation. Decarboxylation. Alright? So, we have conversion of NAD to NADH. And since mayroong decarboxylation, tatanggalan naman tayo ng isang carbon molecule. In what form ulit? In a form of carbon dioxide. And take note, your step 4 is an irreversible reaction na naman. Alright? So, once being oxidized or being carboxylated, di mo na siya pwedeng ibalik. Okay? So, your isocitrate, your isocitrate, tama ba? Parang, nabasobrahan ko yung kanina. It's parang 1, 2. Yeah, step 3 is isocitrate. 2, alpha-ketoglutarate. Okay. Akala ko ito yung end product. Sorry guys. Yeah, tama pa rin. Alright, so punta tayo step 4. So yung end product natin sa step 3 is your alpha-ketoglutarate. Alright, so step 4, this alpha-ketoglutarate will undergo oxidation and decarboxylation. Alright, sorry. Medyo lutang kasi early morning. Anyway, right, so we have irreversible reaction here, no? So magkakaroon na naman tayo ng, since dehydrogenase enzyme na naman to, okay? It's a dehydrogenase enzyme. Ibig sabihin yan, mag-undergo ng oxidation. And whenever we read, okay, whenever we actually encounter the term oxidation, we have to expect na mayroong conversion ng NAD to NADH. Alright, then same reaction, NADH, the excess hydride of NADH in the process of electron transport chain will be converted now into ATP. Pero ulitin ko, hindi siya generally part ng Krebs cycle. Okay, focus lang tayo dito. Detach lang whenever we say oxidation. Alright, so now, other than oxidation, okay, mag-undergo din siya ng decarboxylation. Ibig sabihin, magtatanggal na naman tayo ng 1 carbon atom. In what form? Paano natin ito matatanggal? Itong carbon atom na to in the form of your carbon dioxide. Alright, so we have here, if the step 3 is the first step that yields the first NADH and first carbon dioxide, of course, step 4 yields the second NADH and the second carbon dioxide of our Krebs cycle. Right, so from alpha ketoglutarate, ano yung next, diba? Krebs citrate is Krebs starting substrate for making oxaloacetate. So we have citrate is Krebs, okay, is starting. The S in starting stands for what? Succinyl coenzyme A, or your succinyl CoA, right, which is one of the inhibitor of your step 1, if you still remember that. Alright, so ang end product naman natin dito would be your succinyl coenzyme A. So, diba, your alpha ketoglutarate contains 5 carbon atom. So, mag-undergo yan ng decarboxylation, kaya nga ang mangyayari, magiging 4 carbon atom na siya in the form of your succinyl coenzyme A. Anong enzyme natin dito? It's a dehydrogenase enzyme, right? Catalyzed by your alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, which works in similar way as a pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. Okay, ano bang ginagawa ng pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, sir? Generally, other than oxidation, mag-a-add siya ng coenzyme A. So, at the end of this process, of this step, rather, pansin nyo, meron ka ng coenzyme A attached, alright, on the end product of this step. Alright, so coenzyme A is also added in this step, yields a second NADH and your second carbon dioxide of your Krebs cycle. Okay, so punta tayo sa step 4 sa ating figure, right? So, yan, no? From alpha ketoglutarate, okay, it will undergo oxidation, kaya meron tayong NAD to NADH. Other than oxidation, it will undergo decarboxylation, kaya magre-release tayo ng carbon dioxide, okay, to release that carbon atom, and yielding now the succinyl CoA. Other than that, sabi sa handout, di ba, mag-add tayo ng coenzyme A, right, sa reaction, kaya magkakaroon tayo ng CoA dyan, right? Take note of that. Coenzyme A is also added in this step. Okay, so ulitin lang natin, sa Krebs cycle, every time na meron tayong decarboxylation process, okay, magtatanggal tayo ng carbon, and that carbon is being released in the form of carbon dioxide. Okay, and when an enzyme catalyzing the reaction, napupulol ako, and when that particular enzyme in this step, no, in any step naman, when say dehydrogenase enzyme, I want you to bear in mind that there will be a conversion of your NAD+ or NAD positive. It will be reduced into NADH, right? NADH. Okay, so yun lang naman, no? So same lang, meron tayong oxidation reaction, meron tayong decarboxylation reaction, and another one is the addition of your coenzyme A, yielding down to the product succinyl coenzyme A. Alright, so what makes it hard now is that meron tayong regulators for step 4. Okay, the regulation of your alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. So first, we have your stimulator. Alright, so calcium, tapos na natin yan, no? Calcium and ATP, kailangan sila para mag-contract yung muscle. And same reaction ang nangyayari whenever this calcium comes in contact with our enzyme, which is your dehydrogenase complex enzyme, your alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. So, kapag meron tayong calcium, it stimulates your alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. Alright? So, kapag mataas si calcium, tataasin ang alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase na enzyme natin. It's because your calcium stimulates this particular enzyme. And kapag tumataas si alpha-ketoglutarate, diba, one of its byproduct, no, is the release of your NADH, from NAD to NADH with the process of oxidation. Saan, okay, outside the Krebs cycle, no, in your electron transport chain, the hydrides of this NADH will be transported, no, converting it into what? ATP. Okay, so it will stimulate generally. No? Then we have allostatic inhibitors naman. So of course, the end product. So coenzyme A. Kapag mataas na yung product mo, tigil mo na. Diba? Chill ka muna. Okay? So, sir, bakit tumataas yan? Diba? Habang ginagawa natin yung process na to, release tayo ng NADH. Ibig sabihin, kung madami na masyadong NADH, right? Pag excessive na yung NADH natin, ang pwede mangyari? Mako-convert siya into ATP dahil sa electron transport chain. Kaya, if there's an excessive amount of NADH, may inhibit na rin siya. Right? May inhibit na rin yung ating enzyme. Okay, I hope that's clear. No? I hope that's clear. Now, let's just discuss what's the importance of this alpha-KG or your alpha-ketoglutarate. Okay, take note that this alpha-ketoglutarate is an integral component, alright, of the enzyme histone demethylase. Alright, ano ba yan? Alright, when say, but kino-consider, sir, as your integral component of your histone demethylase? It's because your alpha-ketoglutarate acts as a cofactor, right? Diba? Cofactor of this enzyme. Now, anong ginagawa niyan, sir? Your alpha-ketoglutarate is a result of your oxidative decarboxylation of your isocitrate, just like what we have here. No? Then, cofactor of your histone demethylase. So, sabi niyan, what is histone demethylase? Your histone demethylase, diba? When say histone, diba, the particular histone proteins, no? They're the ones that wrap around the DNA to control gene expression. Alright? And these histone proteins kasi, let's say, we have your, tawag dito, we have your DNA. Okay? You have your DNA. Right, then we have your histone proteins here. Okay, ano bang importansya niyan, sir? They are required to actually have or to ensure, okay, the quality of gene expression. No, kaya meron tayong mga histone proteins dyan attached. Now, what happens here? No, so your histone demethylase, okay, they are the one, when say histone kasi, your histone proteins contains methyl groups, okay, they contain your methyl groups. Let's see, O yan. Okay, now anong ginagawa ng histone demethylase, sir? Okay, meron siyang, this histone demethylase will actually remove these methyl groups in your histones to actually ensure, or to ensure the quality of gene expression and everything else. Right? So they are integral part of the gene expression. Okay, so normally with the help of your histone demethylase enzyme, they will remove these methyl groups attached to your histones. Alright, so next, the problem comes if there is alpha-ketoglutarate mutation, right? So your alpha-ketoglutarate is converted to succinyl coenzyme A by your alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. When your alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase is mutated, okay, what happens now? But specifically with NADPH, the alpha-ketoglutarate is converted to 2-hydroxyglutarate instead. Okay, so ano bang mangyayari, sir, kapag magiging 2-hydroxyglutarate yung product na yan? Okay, what happens here is that it prevents your alpha-ketoglutarate from binding to your histone demethylase. Okay, so when that happens, the result will be your histone demethylase can no longer control the gene expression, leading to what? Leading to the term gliomas. Okay, glioma yun. Right, gliomas. Right, when say gliomas, oma. Whenever you encounter the term oma, it pertains to something mass, diba? It pertains to a tumor. Right, so these gliomas, they are tumors occurring in your glial cells. Okay, saan niya nakikita, sir, yung glial cells niyan? So glial cells, they are involved in your central nervous system. Okay, your glial cells are the one that provides structural support, no, and the one that actually protects our neurons. Okay, so this term here, we have this term glioblastoma multiforme, which is generally a tumor here in your glial cells. No, we have glioblastoma multiforme. Okay, actually mataas yung metastatic rate nito. When say metastatic rate, okay, kung gaano kabilis yung pag-metastasize. When say pagkakalat, right? When say metastasis, kasi yun yung kumalat siya sa bloodstream, like kumalat siya from a certain tissue to another, right? Yan yung metastasis na sinasabi natin, pagkalat, alright? So it is 80% metastatic rate. Okay, so yun lang naman, no? Now, we're done with your first half, no? Though wala tayong phase dito, wala tayong half dito, ha? So sabi ko lang, kasi we have 8 steps and we're done with 4. So generally, we're done with the first half of the Krebs cycle, no? Then we have step 5. Okay, it involves the cleavage of your succinyl coenzyme A. Wait lang, ha? Are we done with your... Okay, yeah. Step 5, cleavage of your succinyl coenzyme A, right? So in this step, now we'll actually cut this succinyl coenzyme A, which is the end product of your step 4. Diba? So also, this step is irreversible. Okay, we'll convert of your succinyl coenzyme A to succinate. It's catalyzed by your succinyl coenzyme A synthetase. Alright, then take note, this step, matatanggalan tayo ng coenzyme A. Alright, coenzyme A. Now, sir, in this step, diba? Step 4, nag-attay ng coenzyme A. Step 5, i-cleave natin yung susunod coenzyme A. And yung coenzyme A na yun is matatanggal siya. Okay? What's special with that? Okay. Take note, guys, that whenever we remove, okay, every time na tinatanggal natin to, so step 5, tinatanggal natin yung coenzyme A, we release energy. It will release energy whenever we try to remove this coenzyme A, right? And this released energy here will be used by our body to what? Phosphorylation process. Okay? Para ma-phosphorylate natin yung GDP para maging GDP, gross domestic product. Hindi. In this case, your GDP stands for guanosine diphosphate. Okay, so from guanosine diphosphate, with the phosphorylation process, with the aid of your phosphorylation process, magiging guanosine triphosphate. Okay, guanosine triphosphate. Eh, ano naman ngayon, sir, kapag meron na tayong guanosine triphosphate? Whenever we form guanosine triphosphate, alright, merong e-epal. Ay, wow, sumasapaw. Hindi, sabi ni Charlene. Kumakaway na naman siya. Ay, hindi, iba yun. Right? And whenever we form GTP, ang ingay ng manok, naiinis ako. Whenever we form GTP, alright, biglang susulpot, okay, kaslauong, bigla bungad kasi, like, out of nowhere, biglang may mushroom na tumutubo. Ganun yung atake ni ADP. Out of nowhere, pumapasok siya. Anong ginagawa ni ADP, sir? bonk, ATP. Kasi, dinedequat niya yung isang phosphate group sa ating GTP. So, ibig sabihin yan, your GTP will go back in the form of what? GDP. Kasi, dinequat ni ATP yung isang phosphate group sa GTP. Kaya nga, from GTP, guanosine triphosphate, babalik siya sa pagiging guanosine diphosphate. And yung dinequat ng ating ADP na phosphate group, yun yung magiging rason kung bakit magkakaroon tayo ng ATP in this part. Okay? Magkakaroon tayo ng ATP in this part. Okay? Kaya nga, kinoconsider din siya as a what? Substrate level phosphorylation. Diba? When say substrate level phosphorylation, yung phosphate group manggagaling kay substrate. In this case, ang substrate natin si succinyl coenzyme A. Ang enzyme natin is your succinyl coenzyme A synthetase. Ang product natin is succinate. Okay? So, yung phosphate group kasi na yun, yung energy na yun, is manggagaling kay succinyl coenzyme A, the removal of your CoA group. Okay? I hope that's clear. Ulitin natin, whenever we try to remove CoA, we release energy. And that energy will be used to phosphorylate your DDP to become GTP. Okay? Guanosine diphosphate to guanosine triphosphate. Kapag nakapagre-release tayo ng guanosine triphosphate, biglang susulpot si ADP, adenosine diphosphate, at kukunin niya yung isang phosphate group kay GTP, kay GTP, at gagawin niyang ATP. Alright, kaya babalik sa pagiging GDP si GTP. Okay. So, sige, highlight lang siya natin dito. We done with yellow and all that stuffs. Ay! Hala, natanggal. Kuya, natanggal. Ay, hindi. Okay, anyway. We're done here. Now, step 5 involves a conversion of your succinyl coenzyme A to succinate. Pwede naman siyang i-replay. No? Kung paano yung itsura niya kanina. Now, anong nangyayari dyan? Diba? Meron tayong tinatanggal yung CoA. And whenever we try to remove the CoA, we release energy. Diba? And that energy will be used to what? Phosphorylate your GTP to become GTP, right? To phosphorylate your GDP to become GTP. And whenever GTP is released, okay, anong nangyayari? Diba? Anong nangyayari? Sumusulpot si ADP. Right? Kukunin niya yung isang phosphate group dyan kay GTP para ma-convert siya into ATP. Kaya, from GTP, babalik siya in the form of GDP na lang ulit. Okay? So, that's it. Converting it into succinate product. Okay, so we're done with your step 5. Then we have step 6 tayo, right, which involves the oxidation of your succinate. Alright? Oxidation. Right? Oxidation, sir. So, sabi mo kanina, conversion of NAD to NADH. Ito yung exception natin. Okay, oxidation to, pero hindi NAD. Okay, it's FAD. Flavin, adenine dinucleotide. Ito para maging FADH. Right? Which is the same. Yung hydride ng FADH, i-deliver niya, i-deposit niya sa electron transport chain, converting it to ATP. Converting it to energy. Okay, so there's an oxidation of succinate to fumarate in your step 6. Reversible step, catalyzed by your succinate dehydrogenase. Attached coenzyme FAD is reduced to FADH2 rather. Okay, FADH2. Okay, your FAD stands for what? Flavin adenine dinucleotide. Okay, then your FAD, diba, it's an oxidized. Okay, when say oxidized, electron deficient is the oxidized form of your FADH2. Your FADH2 is the reduced. Okay, which is the electron-rich form, which contains 2 electrons and 2 protons. Okay, and take note, is the first and only FADH2 in the Krebs cycle. Okay, so we have here the enzyme succinate dehydrogenase. No, it's the only enzyme in the Krebs cycle which is embedded in the inner mitochondrial membrane. Ibig sabihin yan, if this is your mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, di ba? Nasa loob ng mitochondria, dito nangyayari yung Krebs cycle. Glycolysis nangyayari sa cytoplasm. Krebs cycle nangyayari sa loob ng mitochondria, nangyayari sa loob ng powerhouse of the cell. So, if this is the inner membrane and this is the outer membrane of your mitochondria, okay, saan daw makikita itong succinate dehydrogenase na to? It's in the inner layer. So, naka-embed daw siya on the inner mitochondrial membrane. So, nandyan siya, attached siya sa inner mitochondrial membrane. Kung ito man yung enzyme natin na succinate dehydrogenase enzyme. Okay, siya lang yung embedded in the inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay? So, yun. Alright, so take note then that your succinate dehydrogenase is closely associated with your FAD plus or FAD plus, no, FAD positive. Right? So, the reducing equivalent of your FAD plus will be which is your FADH2, no? The excess iodides will be transported sa electron transport chain to be converted to ATP, polyurethione. Right? So, next, we have here the mutation in this enzyme. Sabi yan, your mutation, the enzyme results to what? Pheochromocytoma. I hope, parang feeling ko familiar kayo dito sa Anaphyno, sa endocrinology. Your pheochromocytoma is actually, generally, sa may adrenal medulla yan nangyayari. Right? So, adrenal medulla. Saan yan, sir? Sa kidney. Diba? Adrenal. Okay? So, bakit siya tinawag na ad, sir? Kasi on top of your kidneys. So, kaya, adrenal. Okay? Now, nagkakaroon kasi tayo lang sa pheochromocytoma. Okay? There is a tumor in the adrenal medulla. Okay? Then, anong nangyayari, sir, kapag merong tumor sa adrenal medulla? It causes now an excessive release of your epinephrine. Okay, sobrang tinataas ng epinephrine mo. Or even norepinephrine. Okay, sobrang mataas, excessively increased yung amounts nila. Now, ano pwede mangyari kapag sobrang taas yan, sir? It may lead to hypertension. Okay, ganun na lang. Para mabilis tayo. Huwag na tayong mag-anatomy and physiology. Right? So, yun. Balikan nyo lang, kung gusto nyo malaman, balikan nyo lang yung endocrinology nyo. Okay? So, yun lang naman. Pwede nating add. Okay? Remember, either FAD or NAD positive, they can serve as coenzyme for your dehydrogenase enzymes. Mapa-FAD yan, mapa-NAD yan. They can serve as your coenzyme for dehydrogenase enzymes natin. Alright? So, they generally, mag-rip off sila ng hydride, and that hydride will be transported sa electron transport chain to be converted to ATP. Alright, so we're now down, second to the last step natin. You have the hydration of your fumarate. Alright, so hydration. So mag-a-add lang tayo ng water, di ba? Fumarate is hydrated to malate in a free reversible reaction catalyzed by your fumarase. Okay, so generally, mag-a-add lang naman tayo ng hindi natin na-highlight. Alright? So, anyway. Hydration of your fumarate. Step 7. Step 6 natin is, hindi natin na-highlight. Sorry. Okay, your step 6 involves the conversion of your succinate become fumarate. And take note, it's the only step that involves the release of your FADH2. Alright? Dito lang tayo makakita ng FAD and your FADH2. First and only FADH2 in the cycle. Alright? Kasi oxidation process pa rin naman yan. Okay? The next, what's the enzyme here? Sa ating step 6, we have succinate dehydrogenase. Alright? Succinate dehydrogenase. And anong special kay succinate dehydrogenase? It's the only enzyme that is embedded in the inner mitochondrial matrix. Okay. Now, step 7, okay, is the hydration of fumarate para maging malate. Okay, para maging malate siya. Ang ingay mo naman, manok. Alright. So, paano daw natin nako-convert yung fumarate para maging malate? Okay, hydrate lang tayo. Maglalagay lang tayo ng water molecule. With the help of what? Enzyme. It's your fumarase. Diba? Your fumarase. Alright, so with the help of your fumarate enzyme, it adds water molecules to fumarate, converting the fumarate to become malate. Alright, so the problem is, kapag may mutation na naman, alright, your fumarate mutation can lead to leioma. Alright, anong ibig sabihin ng leioma, sir? Hindi ko alam. Hindi. Yung leioma, OPA. So, we're actually focusing on the, mga mass, mga tumors, no? Alright, take note ha, your pheochromocytoma, it's usually benign siya. Right? Benign naman yan. Benign tumor. Alright? So, hindi naman siya malignant. Alright? Then next, punta tayo dito kay leioma. Okay? So, alam natin, tumor naman yan. No? Pero saan part, sir? Okay? It can actually develop in your smooth muscle or in your kidney. Right? Kapag nasa smooth muscle siya, ang tawag natin doon is your fibroids. Okay, they are being termed as your fibroids. And just like your pheochromocytoma, it's also usually benign din to. Right? Usually benign din siya. And that's all for your step 7. The next we have step 8. The last step of your Krebs cycle is the oxidation. Okay, may oxidation na naman, sir. Okay, so, yeah. Anyway, oxidation, just like as usual, conversion of NAD to NADH. Of your malate. So, oxidation of your malate to oxaloacetate. Diba? Kaya nga, cyclic yung ating Krebs cycle. It's because it regenerates your OAA, which is one of the substrate for your step 1. OAA plus your acetyl-CoA, which yields the product of citrate. That's your step 1. Okay, catalyzed by your malate dehydrogenase, yields the third and final NADH of your Krebs cycle. The next step is the fusion of OAA and your acetyl-CoA to produce citrate, which is your step 1. Kaya, cyclic talaga ang ating Krebs cycle. So, yun lang, no? You can actually go back or you want to replay this video, it's fine, no? And last i-add lang natin, no? Take note, dalawang beses mangyayari ha. Bakit? In each glucose molecule, mag-undergo siya ng twice na Krebs cycle. Kasi each glucose molecule will yield into 2 pyruvate molecules, and each of those pyruvate molecules will be converted into acetyl-CoA given na aerobic yung conditions. So, dalawang beses mag-run yung ating Krebs cycle. Okay? I hope that's clear. Now, let's take a look at the net. Okay, net products naman of your Krebs cycle. No? So, each turn, take note, this is each turn. Okay? So, diba, we have 2 turns per glucose molecule kasi we have 2 acetyl-CoAs produced in each glucose molecule. Now, we are focusing on each turn. Okay, on each turn, each ADP will be converted into ATP, diba? Through what? Your substrate level phosphorylation. Alright, then next, we have 3. In each turn, we have 3 NAD, which in turn will be converted into 3 NADH. Okay, saan yan nangyayari, sir? Yung tatlong beses na yan in your step 1, which involves the oxidative decarboxylation, no, of your isocitrate. Then we have step 4. Then we step 8. Okay, oxidation of your malate. Right, step 1, puro oxidative. Syempre, oxidation talaga itong mga to. No, you have so step 1, oxidation of your isocitrate. Right? I think, yeah, your oxidation of your isocitrate. Then we have step 4, which involves the oxidation and decarboxylation of your alpha ketoglutarate. Then step 8, which involves the oxidation of your malate. That's your last step. Sorry guys, no? Para maging oxaloacetate. Okay, so yeah. The next we have, no, it's not step 1, but sorry, it's a step 2. sorry, magulo. Step 2, oxidation of your isocitrate. Okay, step 2 siya, guys. Sorry. So we have 3-NAD, which will be converted to 3-NADH. Okay, steps 2, 4, and 8. Okay, then lastly, another one, is the 1-FAD, which will be converted into 1-FADH2. Okay, saan yung nangyayari? Step 6, yung oxidation of your succinate. Okay, then yeah, so if you want to actually have the total net products of Krebs cycle, you just have to multiply it by 2. Okay, bakit sir? Kasi nga, meron tayong dalawang pyruvate na napoproduce in each glycolysis process, in each glucose molecule that enters glycolysis. Okay, so that means, since 2 pyruvates are released in each glucose molecule, 2 acetyl-CoAs will enter your Krebs cycle. So the net, wait lang guys, meron pa. Now we have 1-ADP to 1-ADP, 3-NAD to 3-NADH, 1-FAD to 1-FADH2. And next is we have 2 carbon dioxide. Okay, yield. Okay, na-release natin dalawang carbon dioxide kasi meron tayong dalawang steps na involve sa decarboxylation. Okay, so balikan natin. If you want to get the total net products, total, ano lang pwede natin gawin? I-times 2 mo lang lahat yan. Right? Yung each term, i-times 2 mo lang. Kasi nga, bakit? Each, there is, kasi nga, ano ba yun? Nabubula. Nauutal pa. There are 2 pyruvate molecules from each glycolysis process. Okay, that means, since there are 2 pyruvate molecules, we will have 2 acetyl-CoAs that will enter your Krebs cycle. Okay, so the total net products, okay, in the whole cycle of each glucose molecule, we just have to multiply it by 2. So we have 2 ATP, 6 NADH, 2 FADH2, and your 4 carbon dioxide in total. Alright, so I hope that's clear. Goodbye everyone. Thank you for your sacrifices for this subject. Kita ko naman yun. I saw those efforts. Mga paghihirap, of course. Okay, and yeah, anyway, I don't wanna get so dramatic or so emotional for this one. Pero yeah, I'll miss all of you kasi nga hindi na tayo mag-meet sa second sem. And sana hindi ka na mag-biochem ulit, manifest natin yun. Yun yung mas mahalaga. Magkikita pa rin naman tayo sa second sem, sa premises ng school, sa office. Sir, what if next year magkita pa rin tayo? Siguro, see you around, see you around. Yeah, I hope magkita pa rin tayo sa daan, sa UP, sa QC, sa kalsada ng, hindi. Walang gana. Okay, guys, yun lang, this will be our last topic for your biochem. I hope you enjoyed it, It was fun while it lasts. Wow! Hindi sir, ikaw lang ka-enjoy. Anyway, yeah, it's good na matapos na rin kasi, di ba, ang dami na rin paghihirap sa subject na to. So, I hope you'll do well in your finals and compre. Majority of you got passing grades naman from, oh my God, di ba nakobit ng semis? Sorry guys. From your midterms, okay naman yung mga grades ng midterms. Okay guys, thank you for listening. Bye-bye.